There are men whose names are called loudly, and there are men whose names are remembered quietly. This story is not about the loud ones. It's about the man people looked for only when something had gone wrong. The man who never failed them, and the man they never celebrated. In Okeilu village, they called him Sadiq. This is the man who was always chosen last. Welcome to the Afro Tales with Kemi, where African stories are told slowly, honestly, and with meaning. So sit back, open your heart, and walk with me through today's tale, told as always, the African way. I am Kemi Iwalesi. If a roof groaned in the night, they sent for Sadiq. If a generator coughed itself into silence, Sadiq came. If two brothers argued over land until fists trembled, someone would say, "Call Sadiq," he would talk sense into them. He always came, quietly, with his tools wrapped in an old sack, with patience folded neatly inside his chest. No one ever asked if he was tired. No one wondered who fixed his broken things. When he finished his work, they thanked him with nods, with leftovers, with promises that dissolved by morning. And Sadiq would walk home alone, dust following him like a loyal dog. Weddings passed him by. When lists were written, his name stayed uninked. During festivals, children ran past his compound carrying fireworks and laughter, while Sadiq sat on a wooden stool repairing something that did not belong to him. He was never invited to sit at the high table, but when the table collapsed, they knew exactly where to find him. People said good things about Sadiq, always good things. He is reliable, he does not complain, he understands, but nobody ever said, "We choose him." One Harmattan morning, news spread like bushfire. A development project was coming to Okeilu. Training, funding, a chance for 3 villagers to start a cooperative business. The village gathered. Names were mentioned. Smiles bloomed. Sadiq stood at the edge of the crowd, hands clasped behind him. He did not expect much, but hope has a stubborn way of standing up uninvited. When the final names were read, his name was not among them. Someone patted his shoulder. "You understand, Sadiq. You are needed elsewhere." Needed again. That night, Sadiq did not fix anything. He sat in the dark and listened to the sound of his own breathing. Her name was Zainab, a widow, a woman people avoided because grief made them uncomfortable. She had been watching Sadiq for years, noticing how he always arrived early, how he stayed after everyone left, how his eyes carried questions he never asked aloud. That evening, she came to his compound. "You are disappearing," she said simply. Sadiq smiled faintly. "I am still here." She shook her head. "No, you are only useful here." Then she made a request that cracked something open. "I want you to stand with me at the next village meeting. Not behind me, beside me." Sadiq felt fear rise like cold water. Visible men attract stones. All night, Sadiq wrestled with himself. He had survived by being agreeable, by being silent, by being the man nobody argued with. But silence had started to rot inside him. What if he spoke and lost everything? What if he remained quiet and lost himself. At dawn, Sadiq stood, took his bath, and folded his tools away. For the first time in years, he left them behind. When Sadiq walked into the village square with Zainab, people noticed. Whispers stirred. He stood, not fixing, not mediating, just standing. When asked for opinions, Sadiq spoke. His voice shook, but did not break. He spoke about fairness, about how some bags carry villages without being seen, about how usefulness should not replace dignity. Silence followed. Not the comfortable kind, the dangerous kind. Then someone laughed. Since when did Sadiq have complaints? Sadiq swallowed. Since silence began to suffocate me. Things changed after that day. Some people stopped calling him. Others avoided his eyes. It hurt deeply, but something else happened too. A young man came to learn from him. Then another. Then a woman whose husband had dismissed her ideas for years. They did not come because things were broken. They came because Sadiq was seen. When the next opportunity arrived, Sadiq's name was mentioned. Not loudly, not proudly, but it was said. He did not rush forward. He did not bow. He simply nodded. For once, he was not chosen because something had failed. He was chosen because he existed. Some men are remembered for their noise, others for their obedience. But the bravest are remembered for the moment they stopped disappearing. Sadiq still fixes things, but no longer himself into invisibility. And if you listen closely in Okelu village, you will hear a quiet truth echoing. Being needed is not the same as being loved. And being seen is sometimes the hardest repair of all. He did not stop helping. He only stopped disappearing.